And if you're not okay with pedophilia, you should be against Donald Trump. Just saying. Who is going to get this money? The rich people? Oh, of course. Are you scared? Well, you shouldn't be. Because you're in Bitcoin. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that everybody right now, if you're not in Bitcoin, you're doing relatively well. Indexes of the equity market are up. Gold is up. Pokemon cards are up. Real estate is mainly up. Most of everything is up right now, year to date. However, Bitcoin is down. So how come me as a Bitcoiner is coming to you right now and telling you, oh, you should be buying Bitcoin even though we're down? Well, the reason for that is because even though everything else is up and Bitcoin is down, that means that now is the best time to buy some Bitcoin. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't buy it. It in fact means that you should from a risk-return perspective. So the main theme of this video is here's why you should buy Bitcoin, especially if you're somebody that is anti-Donald Trump. If you're somebody that is anti-Trump, who is currently right now, if you didn't know, he is currently right now the President of the United States. He is the 47th President of the United States, in fact. And right now, he is doing all these bad things to the country and Americans as a whole. Not to mention people outside of the U.S. Currently, right now, Donald Trump is tariffing the country. Excuse me. He is tariffing every country in the world that probably isn't Russia or China or North Korea. And he is doing all these things that are going to cause all these alliance-type problems in the future. Not to mention, the tariffs were ruled illegal by his own Supreme Court that is like dominated by Republicans. And we're not even going to be able to use that money. So this is just money that we paid into that. Who is going to get this money? The rich people? Oh, of course. Donald Trump has never been for the common man. He has always been for the rich people of the world, for the Epstein class of the world. And I haven't even talked about Jeffrey Epstein yet. Jeffrey Epstein should absolutely disgust you as a person. You should not be pro Jeffrey Epstein. However, Megyn Kelly and Nick Fuentes and everybody that supports them has turned a blind eye to it. Or, in fact, they are pro Jeffrey Epstein. And a lot of people that are pro Trump are pro Jeffrey Epstein. If you voted for Trump, and you have seen everything that he's done at this point, and you're like, I'm actually not for this, I didn't vote for this, I can somewhat understand you. But if you are still silent on Trump, and you haven't said anything on Trump, despite everything that's happened since he's been elected, I can't help but believe that at this point, you are okay with everything that was going on at those Jeffrey Epstein parties. So if you are a common sense person and you are anti-Donald Trump, and those are two things that go hand in hand, you can't be a pro-Trump person and be pro-common sense. That just is impossible. That's like being like, I'm for oil and water together. It just doesn't happen. Another big reason to be into Bitcoin right now, to hold your money in Bitcoin as opposed to any fiat currency, especially the American dollar, or if you happen to be watching this video from Israel, hello, my Israeli friends. If your fiat currency is the Israeli shekel, if you're against what Israel is doing to Palestine, to the general genocide that is going on, and all the terrible things, you should be buying Bitcoin. You should be holding your money, your value in Bitcoin, your savings in Bitcoin, your time in Bitcoin, because the American government, the Israeli government, and other governments that happen to be contributing towards this terrible situation that's going on in Israel, they are printing you into the ground. They are able to print your money that you are spending at these grocery stores that you are living by and you are just currently using. And they're saying, okay, there's power in this. The fact that people are using these dollars, that allows us to print it and to be able to get away with money that we didn't tax, that we can spend on these wars that nobody wants, that we can do whatever we want. Nobody can say anything to us. It doesn't matter if they vote us in or out. No, you should be able to say, I've had enough of this. I'm putting my money in Bitcoin, and I'm getting far away from anything that you guys have to do with. So I just came at you with a lot of different topics, and I want to kind of summarize what I just talked about for a little bit there. So the main takeaway of what I just talked about is, if you're not okay with the current state of the world and what specifically Donald Trump is doing, you should be in Bitcoin. If you're not okay with what's going on in Israel, what's going on with the general overspending of the American budget, if you're not okay with what's going on with anything having to do with Trump, Jeffrey Epstein adjacent, if you're not okay with what went down at those parties, you should be buying some Bitcoin. And if you're not okay with pedophilia, you should be against Donald Trump. Just saying. Pro Trump is anti-reality. Imagine walking around in Key West with that shirt. The beauty of life is having a cat. If you are a dog person, I understand that, but cats are better.